Today we're doing things a little bit differently. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about today. I have nothing ready for the podcast. Let's see what happens. Welcome to the R.Y.S.E Movement podcast, a place where men just like you learn to raise your standards everywhere. Welcome to another episode of the R.Y.S.E Movement podcast. I'm Dave. So in today's episode, who knows what we're going to talk about? The things that I do know about is I'm damn excited for what started today. We had the 8 weeks to a new man program kickoff, and I'm joining in with the guys. We're going to be studying this amazing book here. For those that are on audio, it's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This will be about the 8th time that I've read it. Not only that, we're going to be dieting, we're going to be training, we're going to be catching up together on a Saturday morning to be going through a half an hour ass whooping of a conditioning session, and studying as a mastermind the book Think and Grow Rich. That book, every time I read it, I get something new out of it. And I guess my favorite thing that I get out of it is the opening of the introduction. And it says, truly thoughts are things. That saying is super profound. And what a way to open up the book. Truly thoughts are things. Everything around you, and have a quick look around, anything that is man-made started with a thought. The technology you're viewing or listening to this on started with a thought. The cars, the roads, everything is man-made, started with an initial thought. And it makes you wonder, where could you take this philosophy, this idea of thoughts are things? Where could you take this? In your health? If you wanted to become lean, athletic, strong, you could do it. All you have to do is have the thought, coupled with a very powerful desire, mixed with faith, auto-suggesting to your subconscious mind that this is meaningful, that this is something that you actually believe in, persistence, making sure that you take immense amounts of action, using the insanely powerful ability of sex transmutation to use that masculine energy, that testosterone that sits inside of our body, sucking it up the cerebral spinal fluid, up our spine, into our mind, having that awakening moment, having that kundalini awakening, as the yogis put it, and using that sex energy for something masterful, something that you can create. Whew. Using the mastermind principle. So more than one mind is focused on the problem. So you can do what Einstein says is solution thinking. The saying goes, you can't solve a problem from the same level of mind that created it. So if you've got multiple minds focusing on the one task, imagine what that could be. Imagine what you could create. There's some amazing things that we're going to be doing inside of the 8 weeks to a new man program. I'm so damn excited. I'm so damn excited to diet hard again. I haven't dieted since 2016, since I did my last bodybuilding show. Then I injured my back, like I've said a few times now, got super fat, put on like 25, 30 kilos, stopped weighing myself when I saw 133. I'm down to 112 kilos now, so I've dropped 20 kilos. I had a refeed the other day where I got up to 115 kilos. You gotta love carbohydrates. 3 grams of water per gram of carbohydrates you take on. So I ate some carbs this weekend. I'm going to be dieting really, really hard for the first few weeks. I trained this morning. I trained chest, the same program that all the other guys are going to be doing, or one of 2 programs. Then I trained jiu-jitsu. I got the kids off to school, then went to jiu-jitsu. So I've already trained twice today. My calories are set super low deliberately. I'm eating 1950 per day, about 200 grams of protein, 32 grams of fat, and the rest in carbs. And it's not much. My average carbohydrate intake every single day is 400 grams. So I think I'm going down to like maybe 120 to 140, somewhere between there, whatever it works out to be. MyFitnessPal is the one that I'm going to be tracking everything with. Like, that's a hard diet, making sure that I get the right protein, fats, and carbs, that I get the right amount of fiber, right amount of vitamins and minerals. Like, I'm going to be on struggle street, and I'm so here for it. Having this feeling inside of myself with this excitement and anticipation inside of my body, like, it's hard to describe. I've got this feeling inside of my stomach that just, it's excitement, it's anticipation, but it feels like I'm about to birth something amazing. I'm about to create something huge, something that's going to be life-changing for myself and others. I don't know what it is yet. However, I'm open to whatever it's going to be. I'm willing to receive whatever that thing is going to be, because I know my purpose. I know what I'm here to do. I know what my meaning is. I know where my North Star that I talk about so fucking often. I know what I'm aiming towards. I know what my lifelong goal is, to be 110 and be able to look back and, all the generations and so on and so forth. And I know what I have to do right now. I can see the big scale, I can see the big picture, but I can also see the minute, tiny little details that I have to do every single day, that I must do. God, it's so fucking exciting. If I could bottle what I feel right now, I'd be the richest man on earth. To have this untapped potential inside of myself, this inspiration and motivation all at once, to create anything that I fucking want, to build, to experience, to see, to hear, to feel, to do whatever I want, to be, have, and experience anything that I want, anything that I choose. And the big thing is about choice, having that desire and then choosing it, having a desire to have a deeply committed, intimate relationship with my fiance, and then choosing it and doing it. The same thing for my health, the same thing for finances, the same thing for my mindset, for my psychology, it's just everything is at your fingertips to choose. Everything is available for you to choose. And the naysayers will come along and say, no, I can't do that. That's very privileged of you. Man, shut the fuck up. If you can view this on technology, you are not oppressed. You are not a victim, but your mindset is being a victim. If you think things like, oh, it must be nice, shut the fuck up and go do the work. Shut up and fucking work. Change your shitty mindset into something that's going to be powerful. Something that is not victimizing you or sabotaging shit that you try and do. If you're so hard done by, what are you doing? If you feel so hard done by, what are you going to do? Going to give up? Is this it for you? Are you just going to end things right now? You're done with life. You might be, mid-20s and have the rest of your fucking life ahead of you, and all of a sudden you're done. That's it. I'm a victim. I'm oppressed. I've got all these things going on. Life is out to get me. Nothing ever goes my way. That's it. You're done. Change your mind. Focus on what you want. Create things that are meaningful for you, that give you enough of a challenge in your life that it inspires you to go and move hell and high water to be able to create something amazing. You're not going to do it overnight. You have to develop discipline, resiliency, persistence, consistency, like I spoke about in my episode a couple of months ago now. Anything that you want, anything that you can conceive, you can go achieve. It's fucking cliche, yes. However, it is so damn true. Look at the guys that created the biggest things in the world. Do you think that they thought small? Or do you think that they thought so big that it inspired them to go create something? Look at the absolute beast that Amazon is. I don't agree with old mate, but he's done pretty well for himself, hasn't he? Same thing with Elon Musk. Same thing with any of the billionaires that have created absolutely amazing things for us to consume. Is consumerism good? Shut up. Sorry, guys. Is consumerism good? Is it bad? Who's to say? But they've created some amazing things. They didn't think small. They thought so damn big. They had a vision of the future that allowed them to see at scale. Just the ability to see at scale is a superpower in itself. To see something in your mind and believe it, embody it in your body, to be able to go and create something like, look at, like I said, Amazon, like Twitter, rebranding into X, like anything that starts with a thought at scale, taken with relentless action, you can create anything. Anything is possible. Anything and everything is possible. Like what we saw over the last couple of days from the US Congress hearing about UAPs and freaking alien life and UFO crash recovery since the 40s, since the 30s. We've had anything is possible. Right now, July 31st, 2023. Anything is possible. And you're going to sit back and be a little victim, be oppressed, say it must be nice. man, shut the fuck up. Get it done. Experience whatever you want to experience. Life is on your terms. And if we go down the route of my family upbringing or low socioeconomic status or education or anything like that, cool. You've got technology. Anything is available at a Google. Anything is available at a click. Anything that is like a government grant or a study grant or like philanthropy, you could get donors, you could get, you have no idea what is out there. And if you keep focusing on, like that Einstein quote again, if you keep focusing on the problem, that's all you'll be able to see. You won't be able to see the other perspectives. If you rise above towards solutions thinking, you rise above, you can see a bird's eye perspective. You can see what you're not able to see when you're this close to the problem and with the blinders on. For those that are listening on audio, hand really close to your face and the blinders on like a horse. If you're so fixated on the problem, I'm poor, I have a poor education, I can't do this, I'm living week to week, I have to work 2 jobs to be able to make a living, especially in this, economic crisis and everything that we're going through. Yeah, it's shit. It's hard. I get it. However, there's still people out there moving and shaking. There's people out there that are dreaming of the life and the opportunities that you have. And I'm not minimizing your perspective. I'm not minimizing the abuse. I'm not minimizing that, your wife might not be paying attention to you and you might feel really resentful because you've been rejected so many times. Yeah, I get it. It sucks. It's fucking hard. However, you choose your own hard. You choose what level of suffering you want in your life. If you can see that as the problem versus the solutions to it, it's a completely different picture. If you're so fixated, my wife's a bitch, my wife's a bitch, my wife's a bitch. Yeah, your wife's going to be a bitch. But if you focus on, okay, this is an opportunity, this is a challenge. I'm here for this. This is what I signed up for in my marriage. Till death do us part, for sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer. I'm going to do this because this is what fucking matters to me. It's inevitable that things are going to happen in your life that's going to be like a roadblock, like an obstacle. You have to have the grit inside of yourself to be able to pick yourself up. Much like in Batman Begins, for the Christopher Nolan movie, where Bruce falls down the well and then Thomas says to Bruce, why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up. It's that other great saying, get knocked down 7, get back up 8. Never give up. Never surrender. Never let anything be outside of your choice. You're the one who's responsible for your life. And again, your responsibility is your ability to respond. If you react, you're unconscious. You're going by instincts. You're going by emotions. You're going by things that are happening so fast inside of your subconscious that you have no control over. Things that are moving rapidly. 16 million bits per second is what the latest neuroscience is saying about our unconscious. 16 million bits per second. That's everything that you can smell, everything you can taste, everything you can hear, everything you can see, everything that you can feel. Are you taking conscious control of all of that? Absolutely not. So whenever you have something that is a stimulus and you react to it, that's your unconscious taking over. That's your emotional response. However, in between whatever stimulus is out there, there's a gap. There's a gap where you can choose to respond. You can choose to have a breath. You can choose to be a man, a good man, of higher standards, of the ability to make sure that you choose your ability to respond. You choose what you want to look in the face of adversity and say, yeah, I've got this. To look in the face of malevolence, evil, and go, I'm a good man. I've got this. Where if you were to react, who knows what would happen? It could end up getting you hurt or someone else hurt. Could end up with you going to jail. Could end up with you dying. Your responses are your responsibility. You have no idea how much of a superpower it is to be able to be confronted with pain, trauma, evil, malevolence, hate, and have the ability to rise above it and think of a solution in the moment and then respond with dignity as a good man, to respond in such a way that leaves you empowered, that leaves you on the straight and narrow path still moving towards your new goal, towards your North Star. That level of presence, that level of poise, that level of calm. You can't teach that. It has to be something embodied. I can't give that to you guys. It's something for you to learn. To learn to respond. To create space. To create space to nurture yourself, to have self-care, to be able to know that you're a good man. And the only way that you're going to get there is by shit testing your life and stress inoculating yourself. Choose to do hard things. Because they give you meaning. And if you have no direction, no purpose, no meaning, what are you aiming at? You're just left there spinning your wheels. You're doing the day-to-day things just because you have to do the day-to-day things. You have no direction. You go to work, you do your job, you go home, sit in traffic, come home, barely talk to the kids, barely engage with the wife, barely anything. This is barely a life. However, if you choose voluntary suffering, if you choose to bear your own burdens, to focus on your family and developing and nurturing and raising kids, to making sure that you have a connected, intimate relationship, so that you have a purpose that is able to serve others, the highest level of service that you can give, then you have meaning. Then you have purpose. You can do, be, have, and experience anything that you want in this life. So don't be a victim. Don't think that you're oppressed. Become better than that. Become so damn good on the path of mastery, knowing that you'll never reach it, because it's the journey, not the outcome. And holy shit, did I go through some cliches in that little rant there. These cliches, they're known because they're true. These are some of the biggest truisms that I've said in the last 15 odd minutes. Everyone knows these things. You know these things. And sometimes it just takes for you to hear them from someone else, someone making noises out of their face for you to go, yeah, like I fucking do have this. You know, I can do, be, have, and experience anything that I want. That's okay. Today I've given that to you guys. Tomorrow, who knows what you're going to give? Who knows how you're going to serve? With that being said, it's time to wrap up. A nice, short, sharp one. Let me know what you guys think of this one, where I don't come scripted, where I don't come with anything that is an intention that I want to talk about. This just was what was on my mind. Have an amazing day, guys, and I shall talk to you again later. Cheers. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for subscribing and leaving a review. It really helps us out. Until next time, take care and much love.